Typically, these sessions or these interactions with customers tend to be two-way. You're working on a project. You might be building a new factory, you might have a new line, you might have a new coding requirement. You're coming to have a look primarily at a new piece of equipment, whatever that might be. But obviously you're interested in service and support. That's important to you because you know that this is only part of the picture. Without my organization supporting your organization, this won't do what it needs to do, and it won't do it for the next 5 to 10 years. Listening to our customers, whether that be face-to-face or whether that be on our interactions via surveys that PMMI have done, we realize how important the service organization is and how much more important in the world today that's becoming. So as I said, you're here at the show today, you're looking at a new project, a new piece of equipment, you're talking to an account manager about an opportunity and about the challenges that new opportunity might bring you. And that's where my team first comes into play. I want to start with our sample lab. I have some technicians based here in Chicagoland in the sample lab that are going to take your application, they're going to take the material that you're working with, they're going to take the code challenges, the verification challenges, whatever they are, the database challenges, and they're going to simulate that. They're going to simulate that as if it was real life. We're going to mark on that product at real speeds with your code and present that back to you in a way that you can verify that, yeah, that these guys understand what our challenges are and they're ready to meet them. Once you've decided to choose Domino as a vendor, that's where a very special team comes in, and a team that we've worked hard to align. We've aligned it with purpose and with intent, and that's our project managers, our engineers, our installation coordination team, and our dedicated field installers that are based regionally throughout the US and Canada to make sure that this application and this integration of this piece of equipment goes seamlessly. The project management team are skilled project managers, experienced project managers. They're there to provide you all of the planning tools and the expert communication to make sure that this integration of a coding piece of equipment fits in with your line integration. And then once all that's ready together and we're ready to put that in place, as I said, we have these dedicated installers, a team that work under the same management, that are allocated to these project managers and engineers for the time it takes to put that piece of equipment into your production line. Our service team are out there day in, day out working with many of the different customers. They'll work with you as an established customer and they'll do a whole range of things. They'll do your preventive maintenance, the repair work when it's down. They'll help with installs, of course. But when it comes to a project, something that we really have to focus on and we have to dedicate a lot of time, that's where these installers come into their own. This is a hub of data, not only from the application and the project data, but also about the particular printer that you've purchased. This service management system is used by Domino teams globally. So every interaction, every piece of engineering information, every interaction that our service teams have around the world with our customers pertaining to that particular piece of equipment and its configuration is captured in that system. And why is that important? Because we can build knowledge. We know what this does, we know why it does it, we know when it doesn't do what it's meant to do, why it didn't do that. And so we're able to feed this information back to the people, the agents that are going to answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year to you, our customers, to make sure that they've got the knowledge they need to quickly help you with whatever problem it is. If we get all this right, we get all this information, we get it all in the hands of our experts, then we're able to resolve the problems much, much faster. Our ability to fix you remotely over the phone within a few minutes of telephone call increases. We've got something called our Domino Cloud interface. So if you've got one of our X range of products, it might come with a little box on the side which you're wondering, what does that do? That's transmitting data back to a cloud which is available to you, our customers, but also our help desk agents 24/7. For our teams on the phone, when you call in, if your printer's fitted with one of these boxes, they can see all of this machine data. That's been fed back through the cloud and presented on a dashboard on an ongoing basis since this thing was switched on. We know when it was printing, when it wasn't printing. If it's got fluid in it, we know what fluid levels are at. We know what alerts are present, whether that alert might be a warning, it needs some attention, or whether it's been a critical alert because a fault has occurred. Our agents, again, I talked about knowledge earlier. Our help desk agents look at those alerts and are presented proactively with knowledge on how to fix them. We've also added a new service, a new feature to our offerings, and that's our augmented reality solution. The way the tool works is during our telephone conversation, we will initiate an augmented reality exchange with you. We will send you a link, you'll open that up on a smart device, and then we will see on our screen what you see through your camera lens. Just like FaceTime, right? But FaceTime with additional benefits. That's where the augmented reality comes in. We'll obviously ask you to pan around, have a look at the piece of equipment, hone in on a certain area of that piece of equipment, but then we can pause that image and we can annotate on the screen on our computers, which you will then see on your smart device. It's almost like putting me in the factory at that time looking at that problem. It's able to resolve a lot more problems. 80% plus of the calls that we have with our customers with our augmented reality solution have been successful. When it's not successful, when you need a service expert, of course we need to get there quickly. But we can use this data, we can use all of this knowledge I've talked about before and this new knowledge we've gained through this augmented reality exchange, and we can feed that to our technicians so that when they turn up at site, they know what's going on. They don't have to waste time going over old things. They've got the right parts. We've got the right skill sets to resolve that problem very, very quickly. So we're shortening resolution times. The mean time to repair is becoming much, much quicker. In the case where it can be solved remotely, it's solved in minutes. When it comes to a field service visit, we're shortening that time when we're on site to resolve that problem. When it comes time for a service engineer to react and come to your site, you need to know that they're there when you need them. As I said at the beginning, every customer is different. And that's where our service teams will engage to understand that in great detail and making sure that we're tailoring our offerings to you and your particular need. Where you're based, what are your goals, what do you plan to do, how are you setting up, what are you looking for? I think there's some key elements of it. I think training is really important. And it doesn't have to be training to the level of my staff. My staff are experts. You need them when you need them. But you need some training on how to optimize this, how to make sure it runs fault-free. We need to pass on that knowledge to you initially and the people that are going to operate this piece of equipment. I then mentioned knowledge on demand. So we have a technical portal which you can dial into, your people can dial into at any time. It's free of charge. And you can grab that knowledge based on your particular printer model and what you're looking to do. So you can grab that, you can download it, you can incorporate that within your SOPs. You can print that off, you can put it on the front so your operators know what to do. That knowledge is there for you to make sure, again, that we're avoiding these trips, these stumbles that don't need to happen. You don't need to wait for my experts to arrive in order to stop them. Every organization has a help desk, has field service teams, probably has a service system, but the ability to tie all these things together, the ability to continuously look forward as to what's coming, IoT, Industry 4.0, all these different elements of our solution that we're providing at Domino, and pull all these together to provide these benefits to you, the benefits that keep these bits of equipment up and running, reliable, with the right codes on your product.